Hello YouTube. How was everyone's weekend? Well, mine was good. This is probably one of the best weekends I had in a few weeks now. You know, because as I said before, I've been going through it. But before I get started this video, I got a little bit of showing off to do. You know, I haven't done this in a while, but I think it's necessary. So, first of all, let me start off with this here. Remember this bag months ago? Well, last year. Last February, I think. Remember this bag? Look what a friend bought me. Look what my good friend bought me. You know, you got to have a good friend to buy you one of these. And, you know, I want to get into this after the video. I'm not going to eat it in your face like I did before. And this is what I'm going to be eating later. I don't have the bag. I let her have the bag, but got me a nice roti. Look at that. Look at the grease to the bag. Nice size roti. Boneless chicken roti. My bad. Roti. Here you go. Got some weight on it. I just thought I'd share this stuff with you. I got to document this stuff, you know, because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get it. So, I got to document it. So, let me get into the story, you know, because I also had to document what happened to me yesterday. Alright. First of all, again, my weekend was good. But I had an incident yesterday where, to sum it up, I could have died. I could have. But maybe it might have been more serious than I thought, but I don't know. All I know is I almost drowned yesterday. Well, yesterday I went to the water park down in South Jersey. Some of you may have heard of it. This water park called Sahara Sands down in Berlin. Nice water park, and I need to go back there again. That's a spot I definitely be going back again. But I was on the it's this like this water thing. It's like a river. You go in it and you get one of those I don't know what's the proper name for it, but it's one of those donut rings. You know, it's a donut ring. You're supposed to, I guess you sit in it and you know you float around in the water. So they got this like the stream. So I got in it one time. The first time I got in it, I put it over me, you know, I put it like over my head, and then I try to like pull myself up out of it so I could lay in it like I seen everybody else doing, but instead I just held on to it and I had my legs just hanging through it, and I just floated like that. But when I got by one of the lifeguards, you know, he blew the whistle and he was like, you know, you can't sit like that in it. So, you know, I said, oh, I gotta lay in it like they doing? He said, yeah, you gotta lay in it. But some people were walking, you know, they had it over them, but they were walking. But I guess the way I was, you know, he was like, I can't do that. So I got my legs out of it and I sat in it. You know, you have your behind out, your behind be touching the water, but your legs be over the ring. So, you know, you just lay back like this and you're floating. You know, you can kind of use your hand to manipulate your movement, but it's kind of hard because it's got a little current to it. And it be taking you through like the water. It's got like the waterfall. You be trying to avoid it. You try to move away from it because you get caught under it. You know, that water is splashing on you and you're like, whoo. And then it take you through the sprinkler system where the water be spraying down on you. But, you know, so the first time when I took my legs out, I was successful. You know, I got my legs out of it and I was laying back. Okay. Oh, that was nice. So I got back in it a few minutes later. The second time I got in it, I did it again. I put the ring over me. But once I got in the water, my legs was hanging out of it like I was on the first time. So I tried to take my legs out from through the hole again, like I did the first time, and put my legs over it so I could lay in it. But somehow, I don't know what happened. I must have like lost my grip, but I somehow slipped and I fell backwards. I fell off the ring and I fell backwards. Next thing I know, my head was under the water and I was moving. Like the current was taking me. It was moving me. So I got my head under the water, but at the same time, you know, I didn't panic. You know, it's like I knew to keep my mouth closed for one. I held my breath. And I was just I was doing my hand like this, trying to like just bring myself back up above the water. So I'm under the water, my head is under the water. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I can die right now. But you know, it's like, it happened so fast, I didn't even have time to panic. I just held my breath, you know, and I kept my mouth closed. I think I had my eyes closed too. You know, like I said, it happened so fast, I don't even remember, but I think I had my eyes closed. But I was, the whole time, I was just doing like this. And I think I came up one time, but I went back under. My head, you know, I'm like this because I fell backwards. So the current was taking me. So I came up, I went back under. I'm like, oh boy, I'm holding my breath again, but I'm doing like this. So I came up again. So this time I remember I came up and I was like, okay, I'm above the water. I could breathe now. And, you know, I was able to walk. My feet was touching the bottom because, granted, it's not that deep, but it was deep enough where when I fell, my head was under the water and the current was taking me. But when you're standing in it, where I was, I think it comes up like to like your chest, like here, so you can walk in it. So when I got back on my feet, I'm in the water and I was missing one of my slippers. I had water slippers on. You know, I don't know why, but I was walking with my slippers and I didn't take them off before I got in the water. But one of them came, I lost one of them. I seen one like right by me when I was in the water. So I picked it up, I put it back on, and I don't know if I was embarrassed or what, but I was acting like I was looking for my other slipper. I'm looking in the water. So I'm walking back towards where you enter at when you first get in the water stream. The lifeguard, she didn't show no acknowledgement of like I was almost in trouble, or she did kind of have a look on her face like she was a little worried, but you know how you try not to look worried? That's how she was looking. Like, but she didn't ask me, was I okay? Now I know that she know you're not supposed to do that. Let me turn this car on and turn on the air conditioning. But she didn't show any acknowledgement. And I remember her saying, you got to keep it moving. I don't know for sure if she was talking to me or not, but I was walking in the water. That's where I was at. You're not really supposed to be in the water walking. You're supposed to be sitting on the ring, floating. But I don't know if people saw me and they didn't enter at that point, because it's like I was the only one out there where I was. Everybody was like farther back or just getting in. So I walked out. I walked back out the way I came in. I just walked out. I went to my friend because I was down there with my friend and her son. She was sitting down. I came back and she looked and seen me with one shoe. She was like, you missing a shoe? I said, yeah, it came off in the water. I didn't tell her right away what happened because, you know, I'm thinking she might panic, but it was kind of serious. It could have been serious, but I really don't know. You know, I'm just glad I got my head back above that water. But I had just bought the slippers yesterday because we stopped to a Walmart before we went to the park because I needed some water shoes. Because this is my first water park. You know, I never been to a real water park. You know, I was always more of an amusement park type person. But you know, my friend, she's been to a couple of water parks. See, that's why it's good when you meet new people, because y'all both could, you know, you put your differences together and you do different things. I've never been to a water park. She's never been on a cruise. So maybe one day we get to go on a cruise. But I'm gonna tell you something though. After that happened, I went back in there. You know, because I wasn't gonna be scared. Because at first I left because I think I was more embarrassed than anything. Because it's like, I guess naturally, I was just naturally embarrassed that happened. I slipped off the ring backwards. And the thing has handles on it. That's what's crazy. It has handles. What I should have did was grab the handle, took my legs out and sat on it, but I was still thinking my weight might shift and I might slip off. Anyway, but I still ended up slipping off. But I should have grabbed the handles because they had two handles on it. And it's funny, my friend just showed me a video like a couple of weeks ago on Facebook where this lady was trying to sit in it. When she sat on it, she kind of like did a back flip, but she flipped, but she turned back right side up. She just like did a flip under the water, but she came back up. But she was still on the ring. Me, I fell off the ring. All I remember was I was like in the water, like upside down. My head was in the water, and and I was moving. Like, I really don't know how fast I was moving or what, but I would like to see a video. I wonder if they got a video of that happening. I would like to see it. But I told my mom about it. She was like, what? She was like, she probably would have panicked. But I didn't even panic though. I guess, I mean, that's a good thing. I didn't panic. Because, you know, once you open your mouth and all that water go in your mouth, you could be in serious trouble. But I kept my mouth closed. Like, I know sometimes some people might panic and be like, like want to scream, but you can't do that when you're underwater. You don't want that water to get in your mouth and all in your stomach, and you get full with water. It's a wrap after that. You're done. I can imagine you're done. You open your mouth, all that water into your mouth, all in your body, you're probably pretty much done. But I think in the back of my head, I was thinking too that I remember thinking to myself, well, one of the lifeguards might save me if I get in serious trouble. I might get saved by one of the lifeguards. But when I came back up, I didn't see any lifeguards show any sign that they was going to help me. And I know that lady had to see me when I walked past her. I'm pretty sure she saw what happened, but she showed no acknowledgement, like nothing. I don't know if she got freaked out or what, but if that's the case, she don't need to be a lifeguard. Or maybe she thought, oh, he's okay, he's all right. I don't know if people do that all the time, make themselves go underwater and come back up. I don't know, but I'm just glad I'm okay. But I just had to share this story with y'all, man. It's because it could have got real. It could have got real. But everybody, I was okay, and I got right back on it. And in fact, when I got back on it, I went around 2 times. I didn't even get out the first time. I went for another round. And another thing, I also got my slipper back. Because when I got back in there, when I went past one of the lifeguards, I told them, like, because you're in a stream, and they have an area where the lifeguards, they can walk around, you know, so they can see everybody when they float by. Because if you're in trouble or doing something you shouldn't be doing, they blow that whistle and tell you don't stop doing it or whatever. But I told them, I said, if you see a black slipper, it's mine. I said, I had an incident earlier. I flipped over. He said, oh, yeah, he said, yeah, I seen one earlier. It went by. I said, oh, it did? He said, yeah, it went by. I said, oh, okay. So after I passed him, when I went further down, I seen it. Somebody seen it. One of the lifeguards seen it and took it out the water and put it like on the side. And I said, oh, good, there's my slipper. I'm only on this side of the stream. My slipper's on this side. So I kicked the wall to make myself go on that side, so when I get to it, I can grab it. But it didn't quite work out that way. Like, I went on that side, but as I got close to the slipper, I got away from it. Because remember, you're not the only one in there. There's other people in there. You're bumping into each other. So I missed it that time. So I went back around again. And I guess that gave me inspiration to go back around again. You know, I know it's only a slipper. It only cost me like 6 or some change, but I don't know. I just feel good. When I went back around, the next time, I got it. You know, when I got close to it, I reached my hand out and I grabbed it. I was like, yes, I got my slipper back. It's a mind thing. You know, you just want it back. You know, you bought it, you want it back. Especially if I seen it on the side. So I was glad to get my slipper back. So I went back, told my friend I got my slipper. So other than this, man, it was a good day. You know, I had fun. You know, that was my first water park. So basically, Sahara Sands is an indoor water park. Sahara Sands, excuse me. Sahara Sands is an indoor water park, but they also have the outside pool. They have 2 pools in the back of it. They had this big pool. Then they got like a smaller pool, but if it's raining, you can still go to the indoor park, the indoor water park. And they also have where you can play games like Dave and Buster and Chuck E. Cheese. You know how you play the game, you win tickets, they get a prize. So it was a good part, you know, and I'll be going back there again, hopefully. You know, it's definitely somewhere I can see myself going again. But, you know, that part of Jersey got quite a few water parks. They got Cocoa Keys. You know, Cocoa Keys, I've never been there, but it's not as big. You know, it's not like Sahara Sands. Sahara Sands is where you want to go, like, on a nice day. It's a good water park. Even on a rainy day, you can still go in and enjoy the indoor water park. And be prepared to spend some money on food, because you're going to spend the money. But that's my story. You know, I almost drowned, or I could have drowned, but, you know, everything worked out. I had a good day. I had a good weekend overall. And I thank you, my friend. I thank my friend for buying me the cheesecake. You know, my good friend. You know, when somebody buy you one of these, they really like you. I don't care what she say. You know, I'm wearing her down. She bought me one of these, so whatever. No. But I want to talk about Postmates just a little bit, because I finally logged in after a couple of months. I logged in last night, and I see that they actually added other areas. They added other areas where Postmates is available. So now Newark is actually available. So from what it looks like, you can now do Postmates in Newark. And parts, in my last video, I mentioned you can't do it. Like my last video, I was going to Brooklyn, and I mentioned, and Bay Ridge is not available, East New York is not available. But I logged in last night, and I see that now all of Brooklyn is available. You can do it in all of Brooklyn. You can do it in all of Queens. Just about, I would say like 90% of Queens you can do it. The Bronx you can do it. The only borough you can't do it in is Staten Island. So now even places like Brownsville, Postmates is available. East New York is available. And it's funny, I just made a video. When did I make that video? When did I post that? Like last weekend, right? I think it was last weekend. I just made that video. It's not available in East New York. Like you have to be in Bed-Stuy, Bushwick, Dumbo, you know, Brooklyn Heights. But now it looks like all of Brooklyn, you can do it. So I'm going to try to test it out one day. And in Newark, even in Newark, you can do it. West Side, you know, parts that you might think is rough, you can do it. Because at first it was like everywhere where you would think is rough, it wasn't available. But now Postmates has expanded. So I got to test this out. Maybe on the way home, maybe I'll try to do one. I don't know. But I'll let you know how things go. Maybe I'll do it one day. But I'm working now so much. I'm not really doing this stuff like I used to. You know, because I'm working now, you know. And I'm glad to be working. Glad to have my job. But I might test it out. But anyway, I'm going to leave this with you guys. You know, I just wanted to give you all the story what happened to me yesterday, mostly. And I'll be talking to you guys later. And until next time, everyone, let's get it.